Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the FSS football channel. And sorry this is late. I'm late getting this stream started, but we should be all good now to go. We've got the Premier League back. The Premier League is back, baby, and it's better than ever. And we've got some Premier League football to show you today. It is Arsenal versus Crystal Palace in the Premier League. And we're seconds away from getting started. Well, put the Arsenal team back on. Ideally, and in future streams, this screen to my side will flick through both teams. Right now, it will only be the Arsenal team. Not particularly, well, it is my fault, but not completely my fault. So, I've been busy. And it was a last minute decision to kind of throw it together. I thought I'd have more time. I didn't. But we're up and running. And the game is underway. Why have they changed the Premier League thing in the top corner? Why have they made it smaller? It looks so weird. They've made the Premier League thing in the top corner different. Instead of it being like Cry and ARE, they've just put the two badges. Looks kind of funky. Right. We should be good to go. Right, let me tweet out the stream. Oh. It's just nice to have football back, innit? And here comes Crystal Palace. Gabriel Jesus, Odegaard. Goes back to Saliba, into Gabriel, Zinchenko. So it definitely is this back four. You can see where Ben White is playing, he's definitely at right back. A lot of people obviously coming into this game and into the season did wonder where we would see Ben White play with the facts. Obviously, William Saliba has come back from Marseille and kind of has to play. But it lines up exactly how I expected this Arsenal team to line up. With Zinchenko and Ben White coming central when Arsenal have the ball in an offensive kind of attack. I mean, what is the... What's it called? What is the Crystal Palace team? I actually have no idea. Right, so it is Guaita, Klein, Anderson, Gahey, Mitchell, Schlupp, Doucouré, Ayew, Eze, Zaha, Edouard. What's his name on the bench? Elise's not on the bench. So it's essentially, more or less, if Elise's fit, it's probably the team I expected to see Crystal Palace play. It's exactly the team I expected Arsenal to play. And here comes Gabriel Jesus. Does so well. Jesus! Martinelli must score! Puts it across. He's missed an open goal. What a miss from Gabriel. Gabriel Martinelli. What a miss. How has Martinelli missed? The ball comes to him and he goes for the far post and he just misses. And if you remember back to the start of last season, Arsenal actually got off to a horrific start in that last year. What, they lost? Was it 2-0 to Brentford, or was it? Yeah, I think it was 2-0 to Brentford. Obviously, we watched it here on the channel. They then lost to, was it Chelsea second? Man City second. And then they lost to Man City in what was a horrific start to the season. Sorry about that. My beautiful assistant just... Oh, I haven't turned the face cam on. Sorry. My beautiful assistant got me a drink. Yes. So, round of applause for her. She can stay. She can stay for a bit longer. But, I mean, for those in the UK, what are we making of the new scoreboard? Do we like it or do we not? I'm not sure about it. But here comes Crystal Palace. Zaha goes out to Schlupp. Saliba's there and does really well, and Schlupp takes him out. And it's a free kick to Arsenal. Good play there by Arsenal. Well, by Saliba. But Crystal Palace looking a bit dangerous, you know. Looking a bit dangerous. And I think Arsenal... Look, obviously, I've done my Premier League predictions. Obviously, you guys can check that out on the channel. But I really do think Arsenal are going to be a quality team this year. I really, really do. I think they've got a fantastic coach. And they've signed really well. And that's great play by Jesus into Saka. Although it looks like Jesus came from an offside position. Maxwell Cornet is also signed for West Ham, for those who care. Lovely ball out to Mitchell. Arsenal just aren't letting Palace out at all. They're doing really well. And here's Xhaka. Takes a touch into Zinchenko. Zinchenko shoots. Deflected off a Klein. But it's a good save by Vincent Guaita. And people thought Arsenal weren't going to be the real deal this year. Zinchenko pulls it back. Towards Partey shoots. It's blocked. Arsenal are playing great. I'll tell you what, that Arsenal could play unbelievable. And this is kind of how fickle their fans are. They can play amazingly. Like, should have won 8-0. Like, that's how good I'm talking. But they'll concede some stupid goal and end up losing 1-0. Not for, tactically spot on. It's just kind of Jesus. Well, obviously, Martinelli's already missed a sitter. You could have Xhaka make a mistake like we know he's capable of. And instead of blaming those players, they'll go, Mikel Arteta out. He's not good enough. He's letting us down. And shit like that. Like, clearly, those who have said Mikel Arteta is not a good manager don't know what they're talking about so far. Because Arsenal are looking great. As they win it back here, although Partey with a crap header forward looking for Martinelli. And you've got Guaita, chips it into looking for Klein. Xhaka wins it. Odegaard can't bring it down, but Thomas Partey can and gives it away. Out to Wilfried Zaha here on this left-hand side, up against Ben White. Ben White and Zaha will go at it. Zaha loses the ball to White and Saka's there to pick the ball up. And Ben White has it to Saliba. I'm really looking forward to watching William Saliba this season. Because from all that I've heard, this guy is unbelievable. So I'm looking. What did he win, like French Defender of the Year or something like that last year in Ligue 1? Bearing in mind, like Kimpembe plays in France. Like he might have even just won Defender of the Year in general. In a league with Marquinhos. In a league with. I mean, I know Sergio Ramos didn't play much last year, but Ramos, like that is. There are so many good defenders, and if William Saliba was supposedly the best, then imagine how much better. Imagine how good he has to be. So, I think as much as it hurts me to say as a United fan, and while the graphics, given that is only the Arsenal team is up, might suggest I'm an Arsenal fan. The shirt says otherwise. I really like Arsenal being rubbish. I really do. But I don't think they will be. And that's the disappointment as Gabriel has the ball. I look at this Arsenal team and I just think I don't really see many bad players. I think even Xhaka, who one of Xhaka's biggest critics, he's a good he's a good midfielder. He is. I think the only problem with Xhaka is he is mistake prone, and I think in a title race that can cost you. And it was the same with Leno. Like goalkeeper as Leno is, he was a good goalkeeper, but very mistake prone. I think Xhaka's the same. But if you're just going for top four, I think you can survive with a Granit Xhaka in your midfield for a season. I think when they turn their attention to winning Premier Leagues, which realistically shouldn't be the expectation this year, especially when you've got the likes of Liverpool and Manchester City still spending hundreds of millions and have already got a better team. And when they spend 100 million, they're just improving upon the first and second best teams in the world, or at least in the country. Whereas when Arsenal do it, it's to just kind of help to fill the void, if you get what I mean. But that being said, I think Arsenal have done such a good job at weakening Man City. But Arsenal giving it away here. Here comes Edouard, drops it off into Eze. Does well on the ball. Eze finds Wilfried Zaha. Zaha looks to put the cross in. Well defended by Ben White, and Bukayo Saka will pick it up. But it's out for a throw-in. And Granit Xhaka's gone down. I assume it's his head, not somebody else's then. Pardon me, sorry. Long time no see. Agreed, mate. Agreed. Sorry if you put that a while ago. For some reason, I don't know why YouTube have done it, but it's stupid. basically, what YouTube have done now, I'll load it up so you guys can actually see. That's what I want. You got no. I mean, if you have the notification bell tick, you should get notifications. If you don't, I'm not sure why. Just YouTube shadow banning me. But look, right. So here's the chat. So it's the same chat as you guys will see. But what used to happen is the messages used to get put at the top. But now they come from the bottom and up. So I just think that's stupid. Because I look over and you instantly look at the top. Especially when I'm tall, like I'm not looking down at like my clock on my computer. Five ball pretty tall. I'm like 6'2", 6'3". But like, so I look over, look at the top, because that's where I'm just used to looking anyway, because that's where it used to be. That's where it makes sense for it to be. And I see nothing, so I just kind of look back and start talking about the game. Then I look back over, then I look again. Oh my god, it's at the bottom. Like, why is it at the bottom? That's so stupid. YouTube, fix it. I don't know if it's something I've done. Can't be, surely. Get short, scrub. No, there's nothing I can do. YouTube just needs to sort their stuff out. League and young player of this. Young player of the season. That's what he got. Young player of the season, Saliba. This guy. He looks and appears like he's going to be different gravy. I think in general, and I mean, I will do a kind of a review of our transfer window come the end of it. But at the moment, I would say it's about a 6. Like I don't dislike any of the deals we've done. And as Crystal Palace have the ball on the edge, over to Wilfried Zaha, 1v1 with Ben White. Zaha puts the cross in. Granit Xhaka deals with it and clears it out. I don't dislike any of the deals we've done. I think we've generally done well. I think kind of like, for example, loaning out Dean Henderson. I think the way he got loaned out was stupid. But in general, loaning him out is a pretty good move if David De Gea is the number one. Well, I like the fact Telles is left on loan because Malacia and Shaw's better. I like not Shaw deal. I like the Malacia deal. What was it, 13 million, and he looks fantastic. Ericsson, good deal, obviously, especially on a free. And who else have we signed? Who else have United signed? Lisandro Martinez. Maybe an overspend on Lisandro Martinez, but it's all right. And if you remember who I support, what do you think about my... Well, I remember you support Barcelona. And look, Barcelona have had an incredible window. However, I don't see how legally they can get away with not paying Frankie de Jong. Like, obviously, the fact that Manchester United are rumoured to want him, and that's rumoured to be one of the big things in the way of United signing him, people will just say, "Oh, you're so biased," or "You're so salty," or whatever. But I don't see how that's legal. How you're allowed to spend 60 to 70 million on players and then not pay the ones you've already got. Jesus top goal scorer this season. I think Jesus will be very good this season. I can't lie. All right, corner. Saka puts it in. Zinchenko heads it back across. Who's that? Is that Gabriel Martinelli? It is Gabriel Martinelli. And it's a goal for Arsenal. Well, there's not much I can do, unfortunately. I'm having to watch it on Sky Go. So I have to live with the delay, unfortunately. That's why we have the score timer down there. And we'll see it again. Great ball in. Zinchenko heads it back across. And Gabriel Martinelli's there. Strong head. And for those who have Zinchenko in their fantasy team, great start for you lot. Great header back across goal. Party just missed it. And Gabriel Martinelli heads it back across goal. And Vincent Guaita has no chance. And Arsenal are up and running. I mean, going back to what Donald Trump's time traveling black Asians said, you're obviously not gonna win the league, and I think that's a bit of a tongue in cheek statement from you, but I do think Arsenal will be very good this year. I had you coming fourth, and realistically, if I took my biased Manchester United hat off, probably would have put you third. I think you're very good this year. And then what a turn from Jesus. Gabriel Jesus still. Thomas Partey picks it up. Partey chips it in. Gabriel Jesus can't get there. It's cleared. Mike Gahey and Anderson is down. My God. Gabriel Jesus is causing absolute havoc. You really don't yeah, I really still want a right back and don't want Marcos Alonso. We have a youth player called... Oh, yeah, I know. I can't say I know loads about Alejandro Balde, but I mean, I know he's good on FM. And yeah, I know he's highly thought of. He's going to go... Whoa! No, Frankie de Jong. Well, the thing is, Frankie de Jong... It's such a weird deal because... There's every like journalist are kind of saying different things. Some journalists are saying he wants to go to Man United. Some say he want to go to Chelsea. Some say, pardon me, some say he's not going to leave at all. It's such a weird deal. And until Frankie de Jong is holding up one of them shirts, I don't care what people are going to say. I'm going to believe that United are in the hunt. I'm going to get him. Schlupp out wide to Mitchell. I don't really know why you're going for Alonso anyway. You got Jordi Alba. You've got, obviously, that, like you said, you got that Balde. And I just think Alonso is a back three merchant. Like, I don't think Marcos Alonso has ever looked great in a back four. And that's what Barcelona will play, isn't it? Really? Yeah, I saw. Obviously, I mentioned it earlier on stream. It's a good deal, to be fair. I mean, he can play on the wing as a striker and as a fullback, so offers a lot of versatility there. Had a good year at Burnley. I think they got him for about 9 million. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's many bad things to say about that deal for West Ham. Here's Zaha. Puts it in. Cleared. Can we win the second ball? Odegaard. Zinchenko just scissor kicks it clear. Um, 70 mil for that quality player. Is it? I thought I don't think it was 17. Oh, maybe it is. I mean, either way, I still think that's good business. Man United still need a lot right back, CDM, and striker. Yeah, but what I would say is I would say we need a forward. We need another forward, or maybe two, really, because look, when Martial's fit, when Ronaldo's fit, Sancho's fit, and Rashford's fit, you've got your three starters there, and you've got your backup in for one of them. You've got players like Bruno. I quite like Amad Diallo. Not. I mean, Alanga he can do. You got Bruno can play out on the flank. So can Eriksen, in my opinion. So we've got players to play in that forward area. In that forward area, but yeah, we definitely need another forward. A DM, obviously, we massively need. I think we need two midfielders, Frank De Jong and someone else. I'm a big fan of Ibrahim and Sangare at PSV. I'd be all over him if I was United. And right back again. I mean, we've got Dalot, who was a bit injury prone when he first joined United, but he seems to have kind of got over that now, which is good. And obviously Wan-Bissaka, I quite like Wan-Bissaka. Whether or not he fits Erik ten Hag's system, he probably doesn't, which suggests we probably do need to try and move him on. As Martinelli takes this corner into the back stick, Guaita gets a punch to it. Ben White will just head it back in towards the box. Xhaka flicks it out to Martinelli on this left-hand side. But I mean, Ethan Laird, he looked fairly good in pre-season. And as a backup right back, I think he could do. Obviously not ideal, but as kind of a stopgap, I think he'd be all right. Patrick, do you remember? Must have been about 6 months ago. Maybe actually, yeah, 6 to 9 months ago, when Palace beat Arsenal, probably 3-1. I think it was on a Thursday night, Monday night. It must have been a Monday night. And I saw loads of people saying, right, get rid of Arteta, get Patrick Vieira in, get Paddy V in. Imagine if they did that. Ramsdale, what the fuck are you doing? Ramsdale causing heart attacks all across of London. Here is Doucouré out to Eze. Ball comes into the back post where Zaha looks to flick it back in. Good defending by Ben White. Bloody hell. What is Ramsdale doing there? Kunde Araujo, any Man United forward right now. You ain't gonna pass, bro. Is that gonna be your Because what I wonder about Barca, could Koundé play as a right back? Could he be your right back? Because obviously I get that he at Sevilla he played as a centre back, but he obviously for France he plays. Araujo plays as a right back. See, I've always thought Koundé surely would be a better right back, and Araujo would always be a centre back. Is that a foul on Ramsdale? No. Yeah, against Real Madrid, he played right back and bodied Vinny. Is that where his long-term future is then, as a right back? Because I assumed until kind of PK gets kind of phased out, Koundé would play right back. Because that's where he plays for France, isn't it, a lot? Dest at right back. Is Xavi a fan of Dest? I didn't think Xavi liked Dest. Given the fact he's like signed Dani Alves at 42 to play over him. I mean, look, as you can probably tell, I can't confess to watch loads of Barca, but yeah, I always assumed it would be kind of Ter Stegen in goal. This is fair enough then. But yeah, I always thought it was like Ter Stegen, Koundé, Araujo, PK until he gets phased out for whether that's Christensen, Eric Garcia, who I don't rate Garcia at all really. I think he's rubbish. I don't get what all the hype is about Eric Garcia. Pardon me. Left back, Jordi Alba. Obviously he'll be phased out for the likes of Balde, as you say. Midfield, obviously you have Busquets, you have like Pedri, Frankie De Jong, you have Kessie now. But as a free, I imagined it would be Kessie, no, Busquets, Pedri, and De Jong with front kind of three of Ousmane Dembele, Lewandowski, and Fati? Maybe Ferran? Maybe even Rafinha. I think Barcelona are going to be very interesting this season. Because you've got a lot of star attackers. You spent, 50 million, 60 million on Ferran Torres? You've got Ansu Fati, who obviously inherited that number 10 shirt from Lionel Messi. He's quality. Although he gets injured a lot. You've got Ousmane Dembele, who arguably since Xavi's come in has become the best winger in the world. You got Rafinha, who you spent about 50 million on him as well. Like you've got a lot of quality, expensive attackers at Barca, and they all can't play. Here is Gabriel Jesus, lays off to Saka. Saka and Jesus, just lack of communication there. They kind of run into each other. Garcia is very good in runs. I'll take your word for it. I've always thought he's like when he was at Man City that he was kind of average on the ball. Like that was meant to be for me. Well, from what I heard, his best kind of asset was him on the ball. I always thought he was kind of average at it. Like, especially compared to, like, Laporte. Laporte was better than him. Diaz was better than him. Stones was better than him on the ball. Even, like, Otamendi was better than him on the ball, for me. And I thought he was a horrific defender. But here comes Odegaard for Arsenal. I feel like we haven't spoken loads about this actual game, but, like, I mean, look, Crystal Palace have had their moments. But largely, it's been Arsenal controlling the game and the better team. Martinelli, can he turn? No, Anderson does well. Well, what's the benches looking like? Is that their new guy on the bench? No. Because, I mean, they're going to get it clear here? They have finally got it clear. I mean, obviously, this is for United, so we'll put in the Arsenal players. So it's Ramsdale, it's White, Saliba, Gabriel, Party. We'll put that Vieira in. No, that's White. Give me a sec. We'll change that in a mo. Odegaard. Jesus. As Arsenal come in the attack here with Martinelli. Ball comes in, well defended. There you go. So this is obviously Arsenal's team. Well, apart from obviously Xhaka is starting in midfield today over Vieira. But on the ball, what it ends up happening is you see Granit Xhaka kind of forms the attack. You have your wingers stay out wide, holding the width. You have Partey, obviously, in there. And you have Ben White and Zinchenko will kind of move into a midfield. And then on the ball, you kind of have, and surely Arsenal will score here. Great defending by Nathaniel Klein. A 2-3-5 kind of formation. And obviously, it's versatile in the sense that if Martinelli, well, if on this occasion Vieira is dropping in there, you can have Martinelli come in there, and Zinchenko will then join the front line. So it's very versatile in where the kind of the two midfielders, well, the three midfielders take up, and then where the rest of the team kind of fits around them. And that's why having someone like Zinchenko is so important, because he can play in central midfield like he does for Ukraine, or he can play as a fullback, as a winger. And obviously just makes you very, very, well, it's hard to defend against, because in this, when it's like this, so you got your two fullbacks tucking in, the two Palace midfielders might attach onto Zinchenko and Ben White, but then Zinchenko can quite easily move out wide. Vieira can come in, Martinelli comes in, and you've dragged them out of position. But Vieira, and this is the point I was going to make, is better. Well, this is kind of where he wants to play, in this sort of role, through the middle, but on the left, where he can kind of float around, similar to what Odegaard does, but on the right. Defensively, yes, he's not as good as Xhaka, but long term, do you reckon we could see this kind of thing going on? Because right now, it's Xhaka kind of taking up those positions for Arsenal. But then, obviously, the downside, well, the upside to having it as Xhaka, when they are defending and they go back to their 4-2-3-1 shape, like here, you have Granit Xhaka and Partey defending and protecting that back four, which is much better to have those two protecting rather than Vieira. Because Vieira, a little bit more suspect defensively. But that's just my 2 cents, as I've gone way too far back. There we go. All sorted. We return to normality. I hope that all makes sense. Anyway, Crystal Palace have a free kick here. Eze is going to take it. Ball comes into the box. Gabriel heads clear. It's good headed clear as well. Here is Anderson. Puts the ball in. Partey clears, but not well enough. It's on the edge of the box here with Schlupp, and he goes back in to Tariq Mitchell. And now Klein close to the halfway line, but they've built it back up here. Anderson finds Jordan Ayew. Honestly, I can't believe Jordan Ayew still plays in the Premier League. I remember him at Aston Villa. I don't think he was very good there. He then joined Palace on loan. I didn't think he was good on loan. Then they signed him permanently, which I didn't get. And the fact he still plays is just a mystery to me. How does this guy still pick up a wage at a Premier League club? I mean, Crystal Palace fans might call me mental and might think he's really good, but I just think he's rubbish, you know? I really do think he's rubbish. What's this? My faces. Thank you. I've been handed smiley faces. How amazing is that? This is live scenes of Arsenal fans right now. They are hot. I'm not going to eat them right now. You know what? I'm going to save them until half time. But, I mean, if we've got any Arsenal fans in the chat, what have we made of this first half? As great chance for Palace and a great save by Ramsdale. It was Odsonne Edouard, I think it was, with the header. Well, I'll have to rewatch that again. The ball came in from a free kick. Anderson was the one who won it up against Zinchenko and Gabriel. Heads it back across. Ben White was there recovering, but Odsonne Edouard got to it first. Diving header, putting his body and his face where it hurts. That's a great save by Ramsdale. Just gets a strong hand to it and pushes it away. Good save by Aaron Ramsdale. Gareth Southgate's in the door. Can England sack Southgate by now already? But the guy is rubbish. Ramsdale, good off his line there, claiming it, the ball over the top. Saliba could have been up against it really. But here is Gabriel. Goes down the line looking for Jesus. Well, I mean, there. And I mean, look, right here. For a second there, you saw what I was getting at with Xhaka and potentially replacing him with Vieira. You saw the line of the four. Odegaard to the right in the centre. Xhaka to the left in the centre. Is Eze. Goes down in the challenge of Xhaka, but referee waves it away. Partey. Flicks it out over to Ben White. Moves it into Saka. Into Xhaka. Xhaka getting forward here now. Goes down. And he's going to get booked for diving. Xhaka goes into the book for diving. Christian Benteke has left Crystal Palace and joined DC United. Granit Xhaka is pleading his innocence there. It did look a bit like a dive, but just a bit weird. Why is he diving for, lad? What are you diving for? And especially with it being Xhaka. I think that could be a bit of an issue for Arsenal. Can Arsenal break here? Xhaka into Zinchenko. Look, if I'm Granit Xhaka, look, he loves to get stuck in. He loves to kind of nail somebody with a sliding tackle. You don't dive, given we know, like, they know VAR's in place. VAR's a thing. As Crystal Palace really should score there. How has Edouard not scored? Great block originally by Saliba. He fell back to Edouard and he just levers it over. Actually, it might be a good block by Xhaka. But yeah, like I was saying, Granit Xhaka likes to get stuck in. And he's known for getting a yellow card or two, isn't he? And the fact he's now kind of not able to do that and can't get away with getting a yellow card because he's been booked for diving. It's just stupidity, in my opinion. It really, really is. But look, there is half time. Half time scores, and I think, look, Arsenal definitely the better team and deserve their lead going into the break. However, in the second half, you've got to give it to Crystal Palace. Credit where it's due. Second half of that first half, they were slowly but surely getting back into the swing of things. And especially given how the second half ended, you'd say Vieira would be the happier of the two. But obviously, one team's got the goal. And that's what it's all about. Right. Smiley faces time. Right. We'll rate these. We'll rate them out of 10. They're good. They are good smiley faces. Right. I'm going to go say thank you to Lucy for cooking me these and eat these off camera. But I'll be 2 minutes. I've only got 4 left. Right. BRB. Right, I'm back. So, I mean, from an Arsenal's perspective, it's so far so good. If I quickly get up the stats. Right, which panel are we on? There we go. We'll flick that over here. There. Stats. Arsenal. Better team, haven't they? Like I say, Arsenal have certainly started the better team. Crystal Palace did grow back into it. A lot of those shots and the shot on target coming quite late in that first half, but 56% of the ball. Pass accuracy, very, very similar. So, like I say, Crystal Palace was definitely the better team in the especially last, I would say, 15 minutes. Arsenal just keep the ball well, and I think it's a sustained pressure that Arsenal would put in Palace under was good. And I mean, just imagine how much better it will become as the season progresses. I think, look, Palace's main attacker is Zaha, and he's obviously their main outlet. They look to him for inspiration, and I think while I do like Ben White is a player that can play right back, has played as a right back before, but he isn't a natural right back. He's a centre back really by trade, isn't he? So I think he does look a little bit shaky there, but we all know that as he kind of continues to play there, and as that becomes more of his main position in this Arsenal team, which I think he will become the main right back, he will become better and better in that position because we know he's capable of it. He's played as a right hand side centre back for a whole season at Brighton, sometimes as a right back in that Brighton team as well. For Leeds, he played as a centre back. I mean, even for Peterborough United, I think he may have played in midfield here and there for Peterborough, but he certainly has played in midfield before. I just think he suits perfectly for what that right back is kind of expected to do at Arsenal. And look, if, for example, Fabian Delph, Zinchenko, who before he was at Man City, he was always a centre mid. If those can progress and become fullbacks, Ben White can certainly do it at right back as well. So yeah, he's played 13 games as a right back. And generally, he's been quite good there. I mean, 2 bad defeats for when he was at Brighton. But apart from at Brighton, he's undefeated there. Did it a bit at Newport as well. Where did he play as a DM? He's played as a right midfielder before. Who's played him right wing? So yeah, he played DM for Brighton a bit last season, apparently. Oh, 2 seasons ago, sorry, I should say. And for Leeds a bit. I assume that was because I don't think Transfermarkt does wing backs. He's played left back. playing Ben White as a left back. Oh, I'm learning something new every day. Ben White playing left back. That's for Newport. Yeah, he played it as a back five, wasn't it? As a right wing back. Right. By looks of things, the second half might be soon getting underway. I feel like my voice just went a little bit there. Let's hope for more of the same. Maybe a couple more goals, though. If we can have 3 goals in the second half rather than just the one, sorry, that would be great. Right, we are now seeing like some kid doing the Gabriel Jesus celebration, and arguably that should mean that Arsenal get docked 18 points already. Don't ask me how that's fair or why that's fair. Just trust the process. Just dock them 18 points. Then United should finish above them. Right, players are back on the pitch. Ready for the second half. Come on then. Let's be having you second half. Wait, what? Hold on. Let me mute this. Sorry, why is there half-time interviews with the manager? I don't like that. Not a fan of that at all. The second half is underway and Arsenal are in already. My God. Right, let's start the timer. Let's get caught up back to speed. Alright. There we go. Timer's synced up. Right. Anderson goes downfield looking for Ayew. And he has it. Ball comes into the box. Saliba heads clear and Ben White deals with it in the end. And it will be Gay. He picks it up, goes back into Vincent Guaita, all the way back in the Crystal Palace goal. And Nathaniel Klein's open if they go into right back, but they don't. Keep it between the 2 centre halves. I wonder what the message from the Crystal Palace manager was at half time. Will there be big changes or will it kind of just be as you were in that last 15 minutes? Here's Jeffrey Schlupp. Schlupp hits it from range. It must have taken a deflection and it did. It's out for a corner for what they called Crystal Palace. Ball comes in. Ramsdale grabs hold of it. Wow. Ramsdale sticks his tongue out as he then goes long. Can Gabriel Jesus bring it down? He's wrestling with new signing Doucouré, but he does win it back. Well, win it. Xhaka. Martinelli. Zinchenko. Out for a throw-in for Arsenal. Is it free kick? Granit Xhaka is down the deck. What are we seeing here? Why am I just looking at Anderson's face? Right, so it is a free kick to Arsenal. I've seen on Twitter that apparently Crystal Palace could have had a penalty. Why? I haven't seen any handball from Gabriel. Odegaard and Martinelli standing over this free kick. Odegaard will take it. It's not a great ball in. Bukayo Saka picks it up. Saka puts the cross in. Anderson heads clear. Saliba takes it down his chest. And Mitchell just scoops it clear. And a counter-attack potentially here for Crystal Palace. Here is Zaha. Into Doucouré. Crossfield ball into Nathaniel Klein. Knocks it back into Anderson. Mark Gahey. Mitchell. Zaha. Back to Mitchell. And Arsenal not looking like the same team they did in the opening minutes of the first half. Here is Klein. Does really well. It's out for a throw-in. Well, yeah, throw-in to Arsenal. Maybe it's not. No, it's a free... I don't really know what that was. Was it a free kick? Zaha looks for the ball inside. Jesus picks it up into Zinchenko. Gabriel. Saliba. Odegaard, nice flick. Looking for Saka. Saka too weak there. And Mitchell robs him. But Mitchell just gives it away. Martinelli should pick it up. No, that's Granit Xhaka. Similar haircuts. And Edouard has just kicked him. He's just kicked him down. Oh, I haven't started the timer. Oh, I'm a mess this second half. Why is it reset? Why is the timer reset? Saka. Odegaard. Cuts inside. Martin Odegaard shoots. Well blocked. Is that for a corner? Right, now the timer's synced up. Bloody hell. What am I up to? Anyway, like I said, corner here for Arsenal. Nicholas Jova is the Arsenal set piece coach. He's probably someone we'll never see again. But I mean, from what I can remember, Arsenal were quite good at set pieces last year. Saka delivers. I know for certain Gabriel at centre back was a bit of a threat from corners. He scored quite a few goals. And here comes Crystal Palace on the break. Jordan Ayew out to Edouard. But Arsenal, so many players back, and that is great from Arsenal. And I think, look, even small things like that kind of show kind of the commitment of a team. And Eze's in. Eze must score. Great save by Ramsdale. How have Crystal Palace not scored there? Here is Zaha. Schlupp. Back to Zaha. Surely they must score. Bukayo Saka clears. Good defending from Arsenal. Just crowding out the Crystal Palace attackers. But my God, how have Arsenal kept it at 1-0? What a chance. Look, I think for all we can say, that's a good save by Ramsdale, because it was a good save, and I mean the pass from Zaha is fantastic, and it was a good save by Ramsdale. He does everything right, rushes out, makes himself big, commits, makes a save, but Eze has to score. Eze has to score there. Martinelli, Arsenal on the attack here, and look, if the Arsenal score here, that makes that goal even more, well, that chance even more crucial of a miss. But Doucouré wins it back, and I've been quite impressed with Doucouré. He looked quite good to me. And Zaha up against Ben White here on this left-hand side. Pull from Ben White. That could be a penalty. Zaha, Saliba with a cracking sliding challenge. Last-ditch challenge on Zaha. But could that be a penalty? Is that handball? And William Saliba's looked quality today. No, that can't be a pen. It's bounced off of him and then it hit his hand. I mean, Saliba's looking the real deal, isn't he? Him and Gabriel as centre back too. Arsenal are cooking. Arsenal are cooking. Then White goes down the line. Gahey wins it up against Gabriel Jesus, and Anderson just flicks it back forward. Look, giving Ayew something to run to, but Ramsdale has it in his hands. Ramsdale, Saliba, Gabriel, Xhaka, Partey. Good player from Arsenal. And Gabriel Jesus has kept the ball, and he's playing really well, Jesus. He's played really well. Settling into this Arsenal system already. Zinchenko. Granit Xhaka. Looks for Martinelli through the middle. Good defending by Crystal Palace. Just about getting there before Martinelli could. And here is Jesus again. This time on the left-hand side. Spoons it into Odegaard, but nearly pays off. It looked like he completely mishit it, but it nearly got there. Well, it did get there. Partey into Saliba. Crystal Palace's press is looking much better in this second half. And here's Saka on the right-hand side. Saka gets away with one, and surely that's a free kick. It is. And this is a good opportunity for Martin Odegaard. Free kick just on the edge of the box. Great chance. Mitchell Saka just beats him to the ball, and he goes down edge of the box. Real opportunity here for Martin Odegaard. We know Odegaard's good on a free kick. Martinelli stood over it though. I don't know why Martinelli is. Is Martinelli good at set pieces? Unless they're going to try and put it into the box. Which they could. Odegaard will take, goes for goal, just whips it wide. Good effort there by Martin Odegaard, but just wide. And to be fair, I could have done with him scoring, because he is in my fantasy team. How is my fantasy team doing? Poor touch there by Ben White. Gives it straight into Zaha. And there's one man you don't want to have the ball against Crystal Palace. That is Wilfried Zaha. I've got 3 points. From Jesus, White and Odegaard. Beautiful. Ben White, good tackle on Eze. Odegaard into Xhaka. Xhaka looks long, looking for Jesus. And it's out for a corner to Arsenal. Gahey getting there before Gabriel Jesus is just knocking it out for said corner. And looks like Felipe Mateta's coming on for Crystal Palace. Obviously, big, lanky striker. Probably, I imagine, for Edouard. like for like in that respect. But Saka will take this corner for Arsenal. Saliba's in the box, so is Partey, Gabriel. Saka delivers, headed clear, and Zaha will get to it and just launch it away. Ramsdale will pick it up nearly on the halfway line and just launches it, looking for Saka on the right-hand side again. Goes out for a throw-in, but good opportunity just to box in Crystal Palace here. And I was right, it is Edward off for Mateta. And I wonder if that Iwobi, is that his name? I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. The young 23 Malcolm Iwobi? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But like, I remember he played against United in the pre-season friendly. Obviously, joined them from Derby. And I thought he looked very, very good. Looked a handful. So could we see him come on ahead or on for what's his name? For a Jordan Ayew, who, if you haven't got guessed already, not a fan. Ben White clears down the line. Gabriel Jesus will hunt it down. And Guy just not strong enough. And here is Gabriel Jesus into Odegaard. Surely, what is he doing? What is Odegaard doing? That's David Silva-esque against Man United. Jesus brilliantly hunts down the ball from Guehi. Guehi just not strong enough. Gabriel Jesus get in there. And he sets up Odegaard brilliantly. And while I think that is Schlupp is getting back, chasing back, he has so much time to set himself and get a shot away. And he just looks to pass it for some reason instead of getting that shot away. Big chance goes to waste there for Arsenal. And Ben White's been booked, which is not great for my fantasy team. Because he's in there. And mate, that's a bit more annoying. It was either him or Saliba. Because originally I had Gabriel, because like I said, he's a bit of a goal scorer. But Saliba didn't score on loan last year at Marseille. So I assume he's not very good from a corner. So I went with Ben White, thinking he's going to play right back. Few assists to his name. Not happened so far. Zaha has had him on toast. But here is a corner for Palace. Eze will take it. Ball comes in. Anderson heads it back. It's going to fall to somebody. Gabriel Ramsdale with a reaction save. But is it offside? Is it a free kick? Something's been given. And it's in Arsenal's favour. I'm not sure what's been given. I think it's offside somewhere. So the ball came in from Eze. Arsenal never really dealt with it. Anderson headed it back across. Zinchenko headed it down, actually. And Gabriel trying to clear it, just actually kind of directs it to his own goal. Ramsdale has to make the save. I think it's a foul on Gabriel that has been given. And Arsenal get away with one again. Here is Zinchenko. Thomas Partey moves it out wide to Bukayo Saka. Now 2v1. Ben White. Ben White drives forward into Bukayo Saka. Ben White's in the box. Saka puts the ball into the far post. Palace deal with it. And they will now look to clear it here, Palace. Saliba will just pick it up under no real pressure and gives it into Gabriel. Back to Saliba. Gabriel. Long crossfield ball to Bukayo Saka. And it's perfected, well, executed to perfection. But Saka gives it away. And here comes Palace. Mitchell just goes back into Anderson, keeping the ball. But this game has really opened up. In the first half, you'd say Arsenal were the better team. And I think you'd say Arsenal just about edging it in the second. But a lot closer. Been a very, very good game. Very good game. More of the same, please, for the rest of the season. Ramsdale goes long. Bukayo Saka, poor there really. What's happened? Who's been booked? Is it Klein? Klein's been booked for something off the ball. I'm not sure what. Right, Ramsdale has it. He goes long. Gage brings it down. Anderson. Klein. Anderson. Into Gay. Not Guaita. Gahey now. Mitchell looks to go down the line. Saka does well. It's out for a throw-in to Palace. I mean, what are we all making of it? What are we making of this? The game certainly has died down from the chaotic start we had. I don't think either side will be particularly happy with the state of the game at the moment. Far too open and frantic for both managers' liking. I think Vieira, while 1-0 down, will be happy with the way the game's going at the moment. Because it's either... I mean, there's not really been a time where you'd say Palace have directly been the better team. And if one team is going to take advantage of this chaoticness, you'd suggest it would be Palace. And here is Ayew. Klein delivers. Gabriel throws his body at it. Schlupp here. Again, I think this time it was Partey who blocks it. And I mean, Arsenal have had chances to have had this game done and dusted already. Again, you go back to the Odegaard chance. You think about the that Martinelli chance he had early on in this game at 0-0. Open goal, more or less, and he misses it. But these are big chances in this game, which Arsenal have missed. And could go back to haunt him. And Ben White gives the ball away there, but Thomas Partey wins it back. And Saka looking to break away, but can't. And Saka actually fouls Wilfried Zaha. It's a free kick just on the edge of the box, on the left-hand side. Or on Palace's left, on Arsenal's right. Dangerous position this for a free kick. I imagine, is it going to be Eze to take it? No, if Palace can get a good ball into the box, this could be really, really dangerous. This is kind of like the perfect position to deliver one right into that danger area where the goalkeeper can't really come for it. And the attackers can gamble for it. It's just kind of right into Ramsdale's hands, though. Kind of wanted kind of more outswinger there rather than an inswinger. But Ramsdale did do well to come and claim it. Here's Partey. Saliba. Drives forward. Gabriel Jesus dropping in. Come join in with the play and give it just that extra volley in midfield. Here's Ramsdale. Lovely crossfield ball to Ben White, who brings it down. Looks to try and take on Eze, but can't. Gahey. Anderson back to Gahey. With just over 20 minutes to go in this game, we're in for a good one. Here is Schlupp. Klein. Anderson across to Gahey. Mitchell down the line. Zaha looks to flick it down the line but can't. And here is Martin Odegaard bringing it forward into Gabriel Jesus. Fouled surely there by Anderson. Referee says no. Here is Schlupp across to Klein. He'll move it out wide to Jordan Ayew. Will take on Zinchenko maybe. No, he decides not to and comes inside. Looks for Mateta. Thomas Partey, so strong in midfield, wins it back. Here's Martinelli. Granit Xhaka fouled. Free kick to Arsenal. Look, have Arsenal played that quickly? If he has, we're not seeing it. Looks like they did. And another free kick to Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus this time fouled on the halfway line. I imagine by Anderson. And again, Arsenal have played it quickly. Ben White with a lovely ball into Bukayo Saka. Saka, can he get the shot away? Saka, good defending by Mitchell, but I don't know really what Saka's doing there. To me, he looks like he has the opportunity to hit that. But he takes a touch outwards first. He does. It's so poor for me there. He just takes one touch too many before, and you should get the shot away before, just the touch beforehand. Here's Zaha, cuts inside. Ayew, good tackle by Odegaard. Thomas Partey will bring it out from the back. Long ball looking for Jesus. Anderson does well. Goes down like a sack of shit. But referee's not really having any of it. And Guaita has it. Gahey. Doucouré. Gahey. Mitchell. Up again. Well, looks for Mateta. Saliba up against Mateta. Saliba wins it so easily. Saliba just looks quality, doesn't he? What a centre back. What a centre half. I'll tell you what, if Anderson continues playing how he has today, this season, I think Palace could lose him. Because, look, he was highly thought of after his time at Fulham. Came to Palace, last year did well. But I always thought that out of the two, Gahey was the better of the two. However, today, Anderson's taken all the applause. And here is Zaha. Ben White blocks the shot. Schlupp. goes back into the halfway line with Anderson. Yeah, I always thought Gahey was the better of the two, but Anderson today has been absolutely quality for Crystal Palace. I don't know what's going on. Is it a water break? Do we have water breaks now? No, Doucouré's down injured. By the looks of it, Bayern Munich have won like 6-1 against Frankfurt. They have. And Sadio Mane scored. Well done. Well done then. If they're going to walk the league again, like, that's fine. Let them ruin the Bundesliga. Look, I mean, there, Saliba showing his quality. Most clearances, most possession ones, and the second most successful long passes in the Arsenal team. Very, very impressed with William Saliba today. Very impressed. I'm just regretting not putting him in my fantasy team. But here comes Luka Milivojevic for Palace. Who's this going to be for? Is it going to be for Doucouré? Schlupp? It's for Doucouré. I'm not particularly surprised. Doucouré's had a very, very good game. Probably just running out of legs. As we get back underway, 15 minutes to go in this game, in the opening game of the Premier League season. Obviously, this time last year, Arsenal lost in the opening day of the Premier League, losing 2-0 to Brentford. And nearly, especially if you watch the Arsenal documentary, the All or Nothing, you would know that was nearly the worst start in their Premier League history. This time, looks like their fortunes may be the complete opposite as they beat a team for once 2-0. Obviously, they would need to get a second. Which, if they want to get that second sooner rather than later, that would be great. Here's Gahey. If I'm Arsenal, if I'm Arteta, I'm thinking about taking Ben White off at this point. Just because they've got players like a Cedric. I mean, I think Bellerin's also on the bench who can come on and do at least a decent job at centre back, at right back. Sorry, in kind of the role he wants their right backs to play, and it just means Ben White, who's on a booking, isn't up against Zaha for the rest of this game. Because, especially as time goes on, Zaha will look to try and take this game in by the scruff of the neck and kind of take Crystal Palace and their kind of what's happening with them into his own hands and kind of just start trying to beat players all the time and taking on Ben White. And if you leave Ben White exposed, kind of slightly out of position, in a position he is still kind of learning, up against Wilfried Zaha, who can make the best of defenders look foolish at times, you're kind of leaving your thingy out for slaughter. Guaita out wide. Mitchell takes it down the line into Zaha. Zaha does well up against up against Partey. Saliba comes across so well. And the referee pulls it back for the original tackle from Partey. Free kick to Palace. There is Mitchell. Into Anderson. Crossfield ball. Looking for Wilfried Zaha. And as I keep saying, Zaha is their main outlet. And is really testing Ben White today. Ben White, look, I think he's doing an okay job at it. But there's always room for improvement. Here is Eze. Schlupp. Back to Eze. 10 minutes to go, or just over 10. Zaha. Into Mateta. Back to Zaha. Into Anderson. Across the Klein. Out wide to Ayew. Looked like he might have been offside there, Ayew. Linesman keeps his flag down. To Gahey. Eze. Back to Gahey. Crystal Palace kind of taking a firm grip of this game, although they do need a goal. As the timer ticks down, slowly but surely. And we are eventually into the last 10 minutes of this game. Here is Tariq Mitchell. Mitchell into Mateta. Finds Eze. Schlupp. Anderson. The last 15 minutes, you can kind of see the approach of both teams. Palace 73% of the ball. Here comes Palace. Ayew goes down in the box. They want a penalty. They're not going to get it. Mitchell. Palace keeping the ball. Causing issues. Ben White skips past by Zaha. Ball comes in. What a chance from Schlupp. He doesn't make a good enough contact. Ball comes back in. Xhaka heads clear. Klein into Milivojevic. Back to Gahey on the halfway line. Odegaard gives chase. Mark Gahey does well and finds Anderson. What an end to this game this will be. Eze's gone down in the box. Referee says no. Zaha pulls it across. Xhaka deals with it. And Arsenal are getting away with it here. Odegaard looks to clear it down the line. Palace will pick it back up. Mitchell puts the cross in. It's a poor one though. And a bit of respite finally for Arsenal. And we have some Arsenal changes. It's Kieran Tierney and Eddie Nketiah coming on for Arsenal. So that will be for Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. Zinchenko gives the away fans a round of applause as he comes off. I imagine as will Jesus. Big last 10 for Arsenal. Can they survive this Crystal Palace onslaught? Arsenal fans, it's going to be nervy. Martinelli finds Nketiah. Referee's given a free kick for a foul by Nketiah. Anderson. Milivojevic. Anderson. Mark Gahey. Mitchell. Goes down the line. Ben White's there. We'll just head it back where it came from. Partey into Saka. Looks for Odegaard. But you can't keep the ball. Arsenal struggling here. Milivojevic. Lovely ball into Mateta who turns. Sorry, it's Ayew. Partey wins it. And now Arsenal have it with Granit Xhaka. Nketiah into Tierney. Tierney brings it forward for Arsenal. Martinelli picks it up now. And they go back to Gabriel. It's about managing this game now for Arsenal. They've already won the game. Can they just hold on to it? Here is Martinelli. Xhaka. Nketiah. Out to Bukayo Saka. Saka drills it across. Goal! It's 2-0. It's 2-0 Arsenal. It's an own goal. And that should be the game done and dusted. Mark Gahey with the own goal. It's unfortunate, but that should be game done. It's a lovely ball by Nketiah. Gets out to Bukayo Saka. 1v1 with Mitchell. Just takes him on. Smashes it across. And Gahey, what is he doing? Poor defending from me by Mark Gahey. And it is 2-0 Arsenal. I think you can look back at some of the chances that Crystal Palace have had and wasted in this game. And had they scored them, this game could have looked very, very different. But that should be this game done and dusted now for Arsenal. They needed and wanted a positive start to this season. And they will have it. Some last changes for Palace. Probably now just to save some legs. Jeffrey Schlupp and Eze off for Will Hughes and that Iboayi. I really need to learn how to say his name, especially if I do watch Palace quite a lot. And here comes Nketiah again into Saka. Bukayo Saka shoots, good save. Well, good block this time by Gahey. And if it weren't for that block, it's probably free. So in a sense, Gahey can thank him. Can almost kind of suggest he's let himself off the own goal by that great block. But Arsenal just taking their time now. This game's won for them. Bukayo Saka will take the corner. Ball comes in. It's a good ball in. Vincent Guaita's out strong, gets there. He rolls it out to Mark Gahey. Into Anderson. Guaita. Goes long, looking for Mateta. Mateta brings it down really well. Are you? Across to Gahey. Crossfield ball. Tierney will easily win that. It's out for an Arsenal throw-in, is it? Or is it a Palace one? Arteta will be very, very happy with this. You can see Arsenal fans up in voice there. Mark Gahey goes across to Anderson. And I think, look, that own goal will just not have knocked the wind out of the Crystal Palace team. It was on an ascendancy. They were playing well. They were the one looking most likely to score, and then Arsenal hit him with a hammer blow. Really, that second goal. And I imagine this game will just kind of peter out at this point. As Gay has it on the halfway line, goes across to Mitchell. Ben White, good interception. Can Palace get one? Can Palace get one back? Just kind of a consolation. Or get one back and give us an exciting last 5 minutes. And here's that young lad causing danger, looking impressive. But the ball's hit the referee. I don't know why he's blown it. Why is the referee blowing the whistle? It's hit him, but Palace have the ball. What? I don't get that. Palace have the ball in an attacking position. Just let Palace keep it. Instead, you've just given an advantage to Arsenal. It's almost as if Palace have taken two consequences there. It's hit the referee when Palace have the ball, but then Palace regain it in a good position. But the referee blows the whistle, letting Arsenal get back, get bodies around Milivojevic, who will then kind of take the ball from the drop ball. Meaning Crystal Palace have gone from a attacking and exciting position to one where they have to completely reset the attack, which they have done. And the ball is now with Milivojevic again. There's going to be 3 minutes of added time in this opening Premier League fixture. Here's the young lad up against Tierney. Tierney gets there first, and it's out for a throw-in to Arsenal. Last 3 minutes. Can Palace make this last 3 minutes exciting by getting a goal? Or will Arsenal hold on? Ball comes into the box. Saliba does well and heads clear. What was my score prediction for this game? I said 2-0 Arsenal. So, come on. The Premier League preview is getting off to a flyer. Milivojevic. Will Hughes looks to smash it across but can't. Will Hughes again. Chips into the back post. Tierney with a great piece of defending. Anderson. Iwobi. Up against Xhaka and Martinelli. We'll go back and find Milivojevic. Milivojevic can hit them from range. He elects not to and goes into Anderson. Back to Gahey. Odegaard will give a bit of a chase. And man of the match has been given to William Saliba. And I don't blame him whatsoever. He has been absolutely fantastic today. As Ben White absolutely levers that into the Selhurst Park stands. And as debuts go for William Saliba, you ain't going to find many better. As Martin Odegaard now comes off for Sambi Lokonga. And Saka into Samuel Lokonga. Looks to bring it down the line. Wins a free kick. And this will... Is that the final whistle? We see Mikel Arteta. That final whistle is going to go any second now. And it is full time here at Selhurst Park. It is Crystal Palace 0. It's Arsenal 2. And, I mean, that's exactly what I expected to see from Arsenal today, to be honest. It's exactly what I expected to see. I thought they were the better team throughout, really. And they got the win, which I don't think anyone could really argue against. And, like... just a thoroughly professional performance from Arsenal. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. And now they move on. They move on to... I don't know who Arsenal have next. They have Leicester. And I think Leicester's a very, very, very winnable game for them. I really do. And look, for Arsenal, they did what they've... I think they've showed a lot today. They were very good in the first half. Second half, Crystal Palace probably, you could argue, were the better team. Obviously, they were certainly causing a lot more troubles for Arsenal. But I think there's a few signs of a great team. Winning when you're not playing particularly well. Second half, I don't think they were at their best. They won the second half. They're able to kind of dig deep, be a bit more dogged in their approach, and get the game over with and get the game won. Keep that clean sheet. Again, they did that brilliantly. I think we're seeing signs of what this Arsenal team is all about. And, I mean, how good were they today? How good were they? They were absolutely fantastic. Arsenal, like it or not, like them or not, they're going to be a top team this year. They're going to be a top team this year. Anyway, that is going to be it from me today. If you have enjoyed, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Premier League's back, baby. We will be live on Sunday for Manchester United versus Brighton. We'll be live there at 1:30 with kickoff at 2. We might do some of the games tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it. If we do, it will be some of the late kickoffs. But we'll have to wait and find out. See what I'm up to tomorrow. Anyway, like I said, thank you all for watching. Like I said, tune in tomorrow. There will be a match preview for the Man United Brighton game for certain, and then we might have a stream or two tomorrow as well, but that's not guaranteed. What is guaranteed is the watch along for the Manchester United and Brighton game on Sunday. Thank you all for watching, and peace.